Students, so in last class we started the new chapter, that is the sources of business finance, and we finished what is meant by business finance, nature and significance of business finance, and what are all the sources, that is owner's fund and borrowed fund. Okay, so today we are going to see the first one, that is the owner's fund. Okay, so in the owner's fund there are different types of sources, that is the owners in the company raising the fund through the different types of sources. So what are all the sources, how they are raising the fund, we have to know. I'm right. So see here, the first one is the equity shares, next one is the preference shares, retained earnings, GDR, that is the Global Depository Receipt. Next one is ADR, that is American Depository Receipt, and IDR, that is International Deposit Receipt. So these are all the sources of owner's fund. Okay, see here, that is the borrowed fund, that is the debentures, loan from the financial institutions, loans from the commercial banks, public deposit, trade credit, and intercorporate deposit, that is ICD, intercorporate deposit. Okay, so these are all the sources for the sources of borrowed fund, that is how the owners, that is how the company, that is business firm raising their fund. Okay, that is borrowing from the different types of institutions. So the institutions may be the commercial banks, or it may be the public deposit, or trade deposit, or intercorporate deposit. So we are going to study the both sources one by one. Okay, see, the first one is, first we are going to see the how they are raising the fund, how they are raising the fund through the shares, how they are issuing the shares to the shareholders, to the public, to raise the fund. That is called as the long terms, it is one of the long term sources of finance. Okay, so what is meant by the share? So the share is the name, that is the name of the company, gives the name of the company. By the seeing the value of the share, we can able to analyze the company's status in the market. Okay, so share is the smallest unit in which the owner's capital of the company is divided. So the capital of the company, that is invested by the owners, it is the smallest unit and it is divided into the shares. Okay, a share is the interest of the shareholders in the company, which is measured by the sum of the money for the purpose of liability and the interest. Okay, so the interest of the shareholders in the company, that is the shareholders means the person who are investing the amount by purchasing the shares from the company, it is measured by the certain amount, certain sum of the money. So for what purpose, we have to know what is the main objective, that is for the purpose of the liability, to take over the responsibility of the company by the shareholders, and also it is very essential, it is very important to know the interest of the shareholders who are all participating in the company activities. Okay, so share may also be defined as the unit of the measure of the shareholders' interest in the company. Okay, so by seeing the, for example, if there is a two shareholder, and if the X is the shareholder purchasing the 1500 shares at the rate of rupees 10, and another shareholder is purchasing 500 shares of rupees 10 each. So by comparing these two shareholder, we can able to analyze that who is having the more interest in that company. So the X is a shareholder who is having the more right, and he can participate in all the company activities. Okay. So according to the Companies Act, the public company can issue the two types of the shares. One is the equity shares and another is the preference shares. So first you are going to see about what is meant by the equity shares. Okay. So we already know the share means the smallest unit in which the share capital of the company is divided. It also includes the stock. Okay, so the equity share is the common security which is issued under the permanent or owners fund capital. So the equity share is issued by the company only on the basis of the owners fund capital, that is the owners fund. Okay, ma? So the equity shares are the most important sources for raising the long-term capital. So the equity shares are those shares which do not carry any special or preferential rights in the payment of annual dividend or repayment of the capital, because it is the owner's capital. Okay, so the equity share capital, so there is no such preferential rights for the equity shareholders in order to at the end of the financial year or accounting year. So there is no repayment of the capital which is invested by the owners in the company, because it is the owners fund, and there is no dividend which is provided by to the owners, because dividend is only the certain percentage which is provided only when there is the available profit. So the rate of dividend will be fixed by the company, and it is fixed only on the basis of the profit earned by the company. So the dividend is preferred only to the preference shareholders. They are having the preferential right to receive the dividend. So after providing the dividend to the preference shareholders, then apart from that dividend, if there is any sufficient amount after providing the dividend, it will be provided to the equity shareholders. Okay, and next, at the time of winding up also, the capital of equity shareholders is returned only after every claim has been settled. That is, at the time of winding up, that is, what is winding up? That is closing of the company in order due to some of the reasons, due to some of the financial conditions. If the company is not able to repay the debt within the particular period of time, so if there is a loss, if they suffered a lot of loss, so the company will comes to the end and they will decide to close the company. That is the winding up. I'm right. So at the time of the winding up also, after settling all the claims, that is after making the settlement of the liabilities to the creditors, after that only they will make the payment to the equity shareholders. Okay, so next, prior to the year 2000, the companies were allowed to issue the equity shares with equal rights only. So after the year 2000, they are having the rights and providing the equal rights to the equity shareholders also. Okay, so in the year 2000, an amendment was made in the Companies Act. So there is an amendment which is passed in the Companies Act, which is giving the permission to the company to issue the two categories of the equity share. One, that is equity share with the equal right, and another one is equity share with the differential rights as to the dividend. So the one is equity shares are issued at the equal rights with the equal rights, and another one is issue of equity shares with the differential rights as to the dividend and the factor of the dividend. Okay, so they are classifying the equity shares, that is the issue of equity shares, into two types. Okay, so next we are going to see some of the important features of equity shares. The first one is primary risk bearer. Primary risk bearer. What is the primary risk bearer? So the equity shareholders are the primary risk bearer. Why? So if companies suffer some of the loss, then the equity shareholders have to bear the loss. That is the payment which is made to the creditors, the due payment which is payable to the creditors to be paid by the equity shareholders. Okay. So in this case, so the loss, if the company suffered any loss, the payment, that is the repayment, that is the liabilities which had to be paid by the company to the creditors, the payment is to be paid first to the creditors. After that only the payment will be paid to the equity shareholders. That is called as the primary risk bearer. Equity shareholders are the primary risk bearer. Okay, and next one is claim over the residual income. So the equity shareholders have the claim over the leftover income of the company only. That is, after paying the dividend and after paying the liability, what is the remaining amount? The equity shareholders are having the right only to claim on the that is the balance amount of the income. Okay, so they get the share in the income which is left after satisfying the claims of all the, that is the same point is repeated in the different headings. Okay, so all the claims which is all the liabilities paid to the outsiders, creditors and the preference shareholders. After paying all the amount to this persons, and if there is any balance amount, it to be paid to the equity shareholders. The next one is basis for the loan. So equity share capital is the basis on which the loan can be raised. So on the basis of the equity share capital, so they can give us the evidence or the guarantee by showing the equity share capital of the company to the financial institution, and they can able to borrow the loan. So it is called as the basis for the loan. So it also adds the creditability of the company. It gives the creditability of the company name. Okay, and also by seeing the equity share capital, it will give the confidence to the creditors for lending the certain amount of loan to that particular concern. Okay, so it is considered equity share capital is playing as the basis for the loan facility. Next one is the control. So equity shareholders have control, having all the control over the company activities and also having the voting rights. Okay, so they are having the rights to vote, and they have rights to select the board of directors who can able to control and manage the affairs of the company. So they are having all the rights to carry out the company activities, and having the right to vote and having the right to select the board of directors. Okay, the next one is the higher profit. So the rate of interest for the debenture holders. Who are all the debenture holders? That is, they are the person who is lending the amount to the business concern. It is also the long-term finance for the long-term source of finance. Okay, so they are, by debenture is a document, it's a written document which is to be signed by the person who is borrowing the amount and who is the person who is lending the amount. So person who is lending the amount, so there is a legal agreement which is to be created between the two persons. Okay, so the debenture holders is one of the creditors It's one of the liability. So the company has to pay the interest to the debenture holders, to the firm who lend the money to the company. Okay, so the rate of interest. So they are lending the money, no? So they are fixing certain rate of interest on that amount. So the rate of interest for the debenture holders and the rate of dividend for the preference shareholders are fixed rate. It is a fixed rate as per the Companies Act. Okay, at the time of the profit, the debenture holders and preference shareholders get the fixed income only, but equity shareholders enjoys the higher profit. Okay, so the equity shareholders having more rights and having more benefit, but in the case of debenture holders and the preference shareholders, only if there is the time of the profit, they can earn only the fixed rate of income. It is a fixed rate of, for debenture holders they are enjoying the fixed rate of interest, and for the preference shareholders they are enjoying the fixed rate of dividend. Okay, next one is the preemptive right. So the equity shareholders are given the preemptive right with the provision of the Companies Act. So we have to know what is the preemptive right. So as per this right, whenever a company is planning to issue the new equity shares, the company should offer the shares first. The first preference is the existing shareholders. Existing means it is the old. So they have to give the right to the existing shareholders first. So if the existing shareholders refuse to buy the new issue of shares, then only the company should offer that issues to the general public. That is called as the preemptive right. Okay, so what is the need of providing this right to the existing shareholders? We have to know that, that is, this right is provided in order to protect the controlling right of the equity shareholders, because they are having all the right to control the company activities. So in order to protect the right, in order to protect the controlling right, they are providing this rights to the equity shareholders. Okay, the next one is permanent capital. What is a permanent capital? The equity shareholders provide the permanent fund of the company. So it is the permanent fund. It is not the temporary fund. Okay, it is a permanent fund for the company. So there is no fixed commitment to return the money or pay a fixed rate of dividend. So in comparing to the preference shareholders, the company is liable to pay certain rate of dividend which out of the profit which is earned by the company to the preference shareholders. But when comparing to when we are coming to see the equity shareholders, there is no commitment which is made by the company with the equity shareholders to pay certain rate of dividend and also to repay the amount of fund to the equity shareholders. That is called as the permanent capital. Okay, so these are all the important features of equity shares. So next we are going to see the preference shares. It is also the owner's fund and it is also the long-term finance. Okay, so the first one is the preference shares are those which get the preferences, which get more preferential rights over the equity shares. So in what factors? In the factor of payment of dividend and also repayment of the investment amount which is made by the preference shareholders during the winding up. We already studied in the equity shares, I am right. So during the winding up also, the first they are liable, the company is liable to pay the amount to the creditors, outsiders and preference shareholders. They are giving the full preferential right to the creditors, outsiders and preference shareholders. After making the settlement to all this persons, if there is any amount, they will make the payment to the equity shareholders. So in the payment of the dividend factor and in the repayment of the investment during the time of winding up, the preference shareholders are enjoying more benefit comparing to the equity shareholders. Okay, the next one is some of the important features of preference shares. See, the first one is fixed rate of dividend. Fixed rate of dividend. So at the time of issuing the shares itself, they will fix certain rate of dividend on the issue of the preference shares to the shareholders. Okay, so the rate of dividend is fixed. So at the rate they will provide the dividend to the preference shareholders before providing the dividend to the equity shareholders. So the first preferential right is provided only to the preference shareholders. Okay, so the second one is no security. So the company do not offer any security against the preference shares. The preference share capital is a part of the owner's fund capital. It is one of the part of the owner's fund capital. Keep in mind. Okay, so there is no security. Next one is the voting rights. So the equity shareholders are having the complete right on the controlling the company's activities, and they're having the full voting rights, and they're having the rights to select the board of directors. I'm right. But for the preference shareholders, they are not having any voting rights. Okay, next one is hybrid security. What is by hybrid? So the preference shares are called the hybrid securities, as these shares have the features of equity shares as well as the features of the debentures. So the features of preference shares include the features of the equity shares and also the features of the debentures. Okay. So when comparing to the equity shares, the preference shares will also get the dividend only when the company can able to earn the profit. And the same as the top. Only if there is a profit, the company can able to provide the dividend to the preference shareholders, and they can able to pay the certain amount of interest to the debenture holders. I'm right. So like the same. So it is includes both the features of debentures as well as the equity shares. Next, it is also very helpful to collect the large amount of fund. That is, the preference shares very helpful to collect the huge amount of fund, because what is the reason? That is, cautious investors and financial institutions prefer to invest in the preference shares of the company. Okay, so the large number of investors and also the other financial institutions are preferring only to invest the amount only in the preference shares. What is the reason? Because it is attracting the public with a fixed rate of return. It is a constant return, no? It is a constant income to the preference shareholders. So there is no change of it. Is a constant stable income. So the financial institutions and other public or other shareholders are preferring to purchase the shares on the preference shares only. So they are preferring the preference shares. Okay. Next one is no fixed liability. So dividend to the preference shareholders is paid only when the company is earning the profit. I'm right. So during the loss period, there is no fixed liability to pay the dividend, as in the case of loan and borrowings. So there is no fixed liability. So the company cannot able to be liable at all the situations to pay the dividend, because only when there is a profit they can able to pay the dividend. But if there is a loss, they can't able to pay the dividend, and also they can't able to pay the interest on the borrowings or loans. So that is called as the no fixed liability for the company. Okay, so these are all the important features of the preference shares. Okay, so next, see some of the differences between the equity shares and the preference shares. That is, in the factor of the face value, equity shares face value is generally low, but in the preference share the face value means, for example, the company ABC Limited issue 1 lakh or 10,000 equity shares at the rate of rupees 10 each. So rupees 10 is the face value. So in the equity shares, when they are using the equity shares, the face value will be low. But in the case of preference shares, they will fix the face value at a high rate, at 13 rupees or 15 or 20 per share. Okay, that is the differences. Next one is the dividend. So dividend is paid only after paying the dividend to all the shares, but preference shareholders are receiving the dividend at a fixed rate. And next one is the voting rights. So equity shareholders will get the voting rights, will having all the voting rights, but the preference shareholders are not having the voting right. And next one is equity shareholders are attract bold and they are the adventurous investors, but they are the conservative. Preference shareholders are the conservative investors. Okay, next one is the risk factor. It is the equity shareholders are the primary risk bearer, and the risk which is involved by the preference shareholders is relatively less when comparing to the equity shareholders. Refund of the capital. So at the time of the winding up also, the equity shareholders are refunded only after making the payment to the preference shareholders. I'm right. So at the time of winding up, preference shareholders are having the more priority to receive the amount, that is the capital which is invested by them from the company. Okay, next one is redemption. What is my redemption? It is also called as the repayment. Redemption is also called as the repayment, paying back the amount. So the equity shares, when we are considering the equity shareholders, the amount will never be paid back by the company, but can be redeemed. In the case of preference shareholders, the amount which is invested by them may be redeemed on the certain period. So there is a fixed period of time. Okay, so up to that time they can able to, after that particular fixed period of time, they have to make the payment to the preference shareholders. Okay, so these are all the differences between the equity shares and preference shares. Okay, the next one is retained earnings. So we will see in the next class. This is also the another bonus fund that is called as the long-term finance. It is called as the retained earnings or retained profit. Okay, so today's class we studied about the first one is we started about the bonus fund. In bonus fund we studied about the equity shares and their futures, and preference shares and their futures. Okay, so today's test we have to write the test on what is meant by equity shares, define the equity shares, explain the futures of equity shares, what is meant by preference shares, and what are all the futures of preference shares, and differences between equity share and the preference share. Okay, thank you students.